My mother manipulated my fiancé into cheating on me with my own brother. I exposed their lies, and now they're paying the price. I'm Steven, 31, and I've been with my fiancé, Lynn, 28, for 2 years, engaged for 6 months. My younger brother, Wesley, 29, lives about 15 minutes away. Our mother, Nancy, 55, has always been intense, but recently, she started acting strangely around Lynn. It started with subtle remarks, praising Wesley's physique, dropping hints that some women need a more present man. I work 50 to 60 hours a week to build our future, while Wesley, a personal trainer, has time to hit the gym. Mom treats him like a Greek god. Then, I noticed Lynn's behavior shift, more withdrawn at family dinners, glued to her phone. I brushed it off as wedding stress. Yesterday, everything unraveled. Mom invited Lynn over to talk wedding plans while I was supposed to be at work. My crew finished early, so I decided to surprise them. Pulling up to Mom's house, I heard voices through an open window. I froze. Mom was in full manipulation mode. Lynn, honey, I'm telling you this because I care. Steven's just like his father, always working, never home. Wesley, though, he sees how lonely you are. Lynn hesitated. Nancy, I don't know. Steven's been distant lately. That's when Mom went in for the kill. He's the stronger man. You need a real husband, someone who'll be there, not just provide a paycheck. Wesley could give you the passion you deserve. Then, Lynn said something that made my blood run cold. Wesley has been texting me, nothing inappropriate. I walked in. Mom had the audacity to smile, like she'd done me a favor. Lynn turned pale. I didn't yell. I didn't need to. So, this is what wedding planning looks like? I asked. Mom straightened. Smug. Someone had to say it. You're never home, always working. Wesley. I cut her off. Wesley this. Wesley that. Funny how you never mentioned the 3 failed relationships he's had this year alone. Lynn stammered. Steven, it's not what you think. Then show me your phone. Silence. She clutched it tighter. Mom started ranting about how I was being controlling, how Wesley would never demand to see someone's phone. The irony, coming from the woman who snoops through my father's emails. I walked out. Lynn followed, crying about how confused she was, how my mother had gotten into her head. She swore she'd delete Wesley's number, like that mattered. By the time I got home, I had 6 missed calls from Wesley. A text popped up. We need to talk, bro. Oh, we sure do. Mom's been blowing up my phone all day, claiming I'm being paranoid and ruining my relationship over nothing. Dad called, trying to smooth things over. You know how your mother gets. Son, she means well. Means well? She's actively trying to set up my brother with my fiancé. And Lynn? She's in the guest room, needing space to think. Funny how that works. The worst part? My friend Patrick mentioned that Wesley had been hanging around a coffee shop near Lynn's workplace for weeks, right during her lunch break. Very subtle, bro. I'm not playing their games. No more innocent texts. No more coffee shop run-ins. Mom just called again, probably another lecture on how Wesley makes time for family. I'm sleeping on the couch tonight. Tomorrow is going to be interesting. Update. You all were right. I should have listened sooner. The last 3 weeks have been hell. Lynn started going out more, Thursday girls' nights, occasional Saturdays. I didn't think much of it, until I caught a whiff of Wesley's obnoxious cologne on her. Last Thursday, she told me she was meeting her friend Amber for cocktails. Something felt off. She was dressed differently, texting all day with a little smile. On a hunch, I drove past Wesley's apartment before heading to my friend Patrick's place. Her car was there. I sat in my truck for 20 minutes, my blood pressure rising. Then, I saw them. Through his ground floor window, sitting together on his couch, her head on his shoulder, watching something on his laptop. Comfortable, familiar. I'm not proud of what happened next. But I don't regret it either. I knocked on his door. The look on their faces, Wesley in his stupid compression shirt, Lynn wearing the jewelry I got her for her birthday, I'll never forget it. How long? That's all I asked. Lynn started crying, not guilty tears, caught tears. Wesley puffed up his chest. Bro, We need to talk about this like adults. I cut him off. How long? Lynn whispered. 2 months. It just happened. You're always working late, and Wesley understands me better. I laughed. Actually laughed. Understands you better? The guy who still lives in a rented studio at 29. Oh, right, the guy selling overpriced protein powder to college kids. That's when things really went downhill. Wesley, always the hothead, tried to throw a punch. I caught his arm and shoved him back into his flat. Seriously? You steal my fiancé and then try to hit me? Real classy, bro. Right then and there, I put our mom on speakerphone. You want to know what she said? She actually chuckled and went, "Well, honey, I tried to tell you. Wesley's always been the stronger one. Lynn needs a real man, not someone who's going to bore her to death." Within hours, the family group chat exploded. Wesley played the victim, claiming I threatened him. I didn't. Lynn posted some vague Instagram story about following your heart, complete with a butterfly emoji. Mom started making her rounds, spinning a version of events where I was the villain who drove Lynn away with my workaholic tendencies. Dad stayed out of it, typical. My sister texted me, appalled. The extended family split in two. Half thought I should man up and fight for my cheating fiancé. The other half had a shred of common sense. Lynn moved out yesterday while I was at work. She took everything I ever gave her, and some things that weren't even hers. She left her ring on the kitchen counter with a note. I never meant to hurt you. Classic. And the kicker? Mom organized a family dinner that night. Guess who showed up together? Yep, Wesley and Lynn, holding hands like giddy teenagers. Mom beamed like she was hosting a royal wedding. I didn't go. Instead, I sat at home, replaying every sign I had ignored. The sudden obsession with the gym. The new wardrobe. The way she'd turn her phone away when texting. Wesley conveniently showing up to family events he normally avoided. Mom's constant comparisons. But here's the thing. I'm not sad, not even angry anymore. I'm just done. Done with Wesley's phony alpha guy act. Done with Lynn's victim routine. Done with Mom's manipulation. They think I'll just take it, that I'll show up at Christmas like nothing happened. They have no idea what's coming. TLDR, my fiancé cheated on me with my brother. My mother practically arranged it. Now they're playing happy couple while making me the bad guy. But I'm not taking it lying down. Edit. Thanks for the awards and messages. To those asking. Yes, I've spoken to a lawyer about what Lynn took. No, I'm not working things out. Some bridges need to be burned. Edit 2. Stop asking for Wesley's Instagram. I get it, you want to drag him, but I'm handling this my way. Update 2. 3 weeks later, and holy hell, everything just fell apart. For them. Remember how Mom and Wesley kept saying I'd come around and accept it? Yeah. Karma is AB********, and I'm her favorite wingman. First, shout out to whoever suggested I look into Wesley's business. Because wow. Mr. Self-made entrepreneur was running a sketchy operation. Those overpriced protein powders? Turns out, he was repackaging cheap junk from a shady supplier, in his garage. I may have sent an anonymous tip to the fitness certification board about his unlicensed activities. Oops. And guess what? He was running his whole business through Venmo and Cash App. No taxes. The IRS loves that kind of thing. I didn't even do anything illegal, just forwarded some of his own social media posts, where he bragged about his cash-only dealings, to the right people. Mom was livid when his certification got suspended. She showed up at my flat last Tuesday, screaming about how I was ruining the family. I just sipped my coffee while she had a meltdown in the hallway. Shout out to Mrs. Johnson, my neighbor, for filming it. TikTok loved it. You're just jealous because Wesley's a real man, she shrieked. I laughed and said, real men pay their taxes, Mom. Her face? Priceless. But wait, it gets better. Remember how Mom bragged about being the top real estate agent in our area? Turns out, she wasn't exactly playing by the rules. Nothing huge, just enough that when someone, definitely not me, started poking around, things got complicated. Oh, And those glowing online reviews she loved? Half of them mysteriously disappeared after getting flagged as fake. Meanwhile, Lynn's starting to see cracks in her perfect new man. Wesley had to cancel their romantic getaway because, surprise, he's broke. She even reached out to me last week through Patrick, saying she misses our conversations. Yeah, right. Patrick told her I was too busy celebrating my new promotion to care. Oh, did I mention? I got promoted. Turns out, pouring your energy into work instead of self-destruction actually pays off. The raise is nice. But the timing? Even better. Because Wesley? He's moving back in with our parents. Can't afford rent anymore. The family is officially divided. Half won't speak to me, which is fine. I never liked those cousins anyway. The other half? They send me laughing emojis whenever Mom or Wesley post cryptic Facebook rants about staying strong despite the haters. And last night? Everything came to a head at a so-called family meeting at Dad's house. Mom and Wesley ambushed me with guilt trips about family loyalty. Lynn sat there looking uncomfortable. And I just smiled. Final update, Karma is a stone-cold queen. Last Thursday, at exactly 6 a.m., my phone started buzzing. I ignored Wesley's first few calls. By the time I got out of the shower, I had 19 missed calls from him, Lynn, and my mother. I didn't bother calling back. Instead, I made my coffee and watched the chaos unfold on Facebook. Wesley's business? Dead. Remember those premium protein shakes he was selling? Turns out, they weren't just overpriced garbage, they were expired garbage. Someone, definitely not me, tipped off the health department. A surprise inspection uncovered an entire garage packed with repackaged, past-date supplements. And the best part? He had been selling them at his gym. When word got out, furious clients started posting about feeling sick. The gym fired him on the spot. His personal training certification? Revoked. His business? Gone. Mom's real estate nightmare. Remember the electrical work Wesley did at Mom's office? The one she kept praising, saying, "See, your brother is so handy." Well, when an inspector gets anonymous photos of illegal wiring, they tend to take a closer look. Her office was shut down for 2 weeks for emergency repairs. She lost 3 major sales. It cost her a fortune. And just like that, her elite clientele started looking elsewhere. Lynn's reality check. With Wesley now broke and jobless, reality hit Lynn like a truck. She actually showed up at my house last week, crying about how she made a mistake. I told her I was busy. Which was true, I had a date. With Zoe, the new receptionist at Wesley's former gym. Petty? Maybe. Satisfying? Absolutely. The ultimate family dinner. Sunday rolled around, and Mom insisted on hosting another family dinner. For the first time since everything went down, I actually showed up. And I brought Zoe. Mom nearly choked when she saw us. Wesley and Lynn were there, too, both looking rough. Wesley's back to wearing his old high school clothes. Lynn was desperately trying to get my attention. But I was too busy talking about my new promotion, supervisor position, company truck, the full package. Mom tried to change the subject. But Dad, who finally grew a spine, kept steering the conversation back to my success. Then Wesley snapped. He started screaming about how I had ruined his life. Mom jumped in to defend her golden boy. I just sat there, eating my potatoes, while Wesley had a full-on meltdown. Then he outright accused me of reporting him to everyone. Of course, he had no proof. I just smiled and asked, "Have you tried the new protein shakes at the gym? I heard they're legit." Lynn, ever the peacemaker, tried to smooth things over. "Steven, can't we all just move past this?" I looked at her. Move past what? The fact that you left me for a stronger man who now can't even afford Dollar General protein powder? Silence. The fallout. Mom's real estate career is crumbling. After the electrical debacle, health violations, and fleeing clients, she's no longer the queen of local real estate. Wesley? He's officially the neighborhood joke. And Lynn? Word got out about her involvement in the supplement scandal. Parents at her school weren't thrilled. Last I heard, she's looking for jobs in another district. As for Dad? He finally had enough. He's been sleeping in the guest room and taking time to reflect. And me? Life is good. Zoe is great. She actually respects a man who works hard, instead of one who just brags about protein shakes. The promotion came with a fat raise. And best of all? I sleep like a baby, knowing I never had to throw a single punch. I didn't break a single law. I just let karma do her thing. Mom still calls sometimes, crying about how I tore the family apart. I let it go to voicemail. Wesley tried to connect on LinkedIn last week. Denied. Lynn sent a long email about closure. Read. Deleted. They wanted a stronger man. They got one. Just not the one they expected.